big up everybody. It's your girl Sofia, aka Sophie, back here on Sophia's Football Talk to do like a different type of show, a Sunday Prem football show where we're going to be discussing some of the big games today. Of course, the big talking point will be the North London Derby, as certain men them drop points. So we'll talk about that. Um, and of course, as well, Liverpool continue to win and all that. And we have not forgotten about Chelsea either. We have two people here that's here for the very first time. So let's pick them up. We have Saad, who's from the football corner. Okay, show me some love, Arsenal fan. How are you, Saad? You good?
I would have been a bit better if we had won the game, but we will get into that. And other than that, yeah, to be honest, I'm doing good, healthy. You know, bills are paid,
Yeah.
and I'm here to do the
Yeah.
show. I'm gassed. I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Awesome,
Hope you're
awesome.
doing. Hope you're doing well as well, Sophia.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm very well. Very well. Weekend has been good. So yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah. And we also have another one. We have Aaron, Liverpool fan, also does support Inter as well. So big up to you. How are you, Aaron? You good?
I'd say I'm pretty relieved after today, that home game against West Ham. When we conceded, I thought, oh, here we go again. But good run so far. Hope you guys are well as well. Thanks for having me on the
Yes.
show. Quite privileged to
No
be here,
problem.
so appreciate it.
Oh,
And yeah, looking forward to the discussion moving on tonight.
yes.
So big up to you
Woo!
both,
Yes,
yourself
yes,
as
yes,
well.
yes, yes.
Yeah, going on
100%.
slightly
Before we
more.
start, let me big up the people here. People, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up because the more likes we get, the more we're able to push the likes so that the video can get out there for more people to see. So it helps the algorithm and all that. YouTube can sometimes be a little bit shady, at least for us, that doesn't have most or many subscribers, but we're growing, we out here. And also feel free to join the SFT membership. Link is in the description box. Big up to Yuvraj. Okay, Yuvraj, okay, Kalma, you won today. I know I predicted y'all fifth. Okay, I still, I'm not convinced by you guys, but we'll talk about that. We'll see and all that. Um, Big up to Sideline Football Show. Hope you're doing well. Subscribe to his channel. Big up to Henry Ray. Also subscribe to Henry's channel. Big up to Wilson says, yo, so 3 points for you, 3 points for me. Yes, technically, I kind of wish that Liverpool also would have dropped some points, but you know what? We can't win them all. It is what it is. But we can laugh at Chelsea, for sure, for sure. Definitely. Oh, Schlot says, "Where is Anthony? Is he hiding?" No, I didn't ask Anthony for to join this show today, but I'll definitely ask Tony to join another show for sure because he cannot be ducking. And Azam said, "Hey, yo, Sad, saw you on El Ahwa. Yeah, and I believe there will be an El Ahwa show later. I cannot wait because I love watching that myself. It just makes my night. So I cannot wait to watch it just with my snacks and all of that. So yeah. And also said, Sad, you better cook Siad. Oh, woo!
All right.
Yes, he needs some
That's gonna
cooking,
happen.
definitely. But let's start off. So, Sad, we'll start off with your
Mm.
team, of course. 2-2. How are you feeling?
The thing is, if I look at the result as a whole, I'm disappointed. Coming into the game, obviously, if you guys, obviously, I know you guys watched Al Ahwas, so you know that on Al Ahwas said that we're gonna win 3-1. It was gonna be amazing. We
You
don't
did.
lose at home. I came out with my chest pumped, and I said that if they play us, if they come and play football at the Emirates, then we're gonna kill them. And in fairness to Tottenham, I'm gonna put my hands up. Listen, they came, they played their way. They actually gave us a very good game. It was one of the most competitive games I've seen in a while in a North London derby at
Yes.
the Emirates. Do you know what I mean? So to be honest, I'll big them up for a second, but the same way we just so many bad performances. I don't know how Edin Ketia stayed on for 100 and something minutes. No idea how he stayed on for that long. A
Mm-mm.
100 minutes he played while Jesus got taken off and he had more of an effect on the game.
Mm-mm.
Um, Other than that, I think to start off, the only two players I think that can truly hold their head have their head held high is Saliba and Saka. I think those are the two players that could really leave with their head held high. So
Yep.
overall, I think the first half. Listen, we controlled the first half. We're able to have the better chances. Look the better team in the first half. Obviously, towards
Hmm.
the latter end of the first half, they started to get a bit of momentum, started to get a few shots on goal, and halftime comes around. We lose Rice due to injury, and Jorginho comes on,
Ooh,
and it
I don't
all
know
kind
what
of
he
went
was
downhill.
doing. What was Jorginho doing? But you okay? Like what?
Listen, Sophia, if I tell you, I have no idea because when you look back at the goal and you look back at Jorginho, there is White on the right side and Saliba's on the left side. He just has to pass it to any one of them. But for some reason, he just sits there staring at his feet, and it's poor. It's a poor mistake to make. And I'm sorry, but when the games are that competitive, then it always results to these little small mistakes. They make you pay. So for me, it's shocking, and I'm completely not happy with the performance. I'm not happy with the performance. It
I hear you.
feels like a loss. We drew. The second half was terrible, terrible performance from us. That's the worst I've seen us play in a while. In a while, it's been a long time since I've seen us play that bad. And yeah, listen, I'm not going to sit here and blame injuries because everybody has injuries. Chelsea, Man
Yes.
United, everybody has
Yes.
injuries. So I won't come
Yeah.
out and blame injuries. But even then, the team that is out there should still be able to perform to a higher level
100%.
than they did. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's unfortunate. We drew the game. It feels like a loss. I'm heartbroken. But what can I say? Hats off to Tottenham, man. I mean, they played us. They played us off
They
the park that second half.
Oof, they did. Second half, what was it? Was it when Saka got that penalty? And I think shortly after,
Hmm.
did Son score then, or was it the second? Something like
No,
it
it
was a
was
goal.
Yes, one.
Yeah,
so it
yeah,
was
yeah. I mean,
literally.
obviously,
Son got
yeah, like
twice,
it
yeah.
happened very
Two
quickly,
goals.
right?
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah. I
No,
mean,
it was.
eh,
I think it was just after the penalty where Jorginho made that mistake. So literally, I was still celebrating the penalty. Meanwhile, I realized it was like literally on my live stream. I was like, "Yes!" I was celebrating the penalty. Next thing I
oh,
know, Maddison's just running towards my goal. I'm like, "What?"
because that's
so
how I felt when when we played you guys, and then like I think we scored, and then suddenly you scored after. I think Odegaard scored right after. I'm like,
yeah, yeah.
why? Just give me a moment. Let me have a little longer to just enjoy the goal. But you can't even do that. I mean, Aaron, did you? I mean, obviously your team also played at the same time
Yeah,
as the North London Derby. But were you able to catch some of the North London Derby?
it was a weird one because I was trying to
Yeah.
stream my game on the mobile phone, right? And then I went into the bookie store. They had the main game on, the North London Derby. So when
Okay.
that one was buffering, I managed to catch a glimpse on the screen. So just as
Yeah.
Saka had scored, I found out we got 2-1 up. I think it was that same time on a clash. So
Yeah, might have been
kind of
approximately
gassed on
same
my
time.
ends, but thinking obviously because I wanted Spudsy to have one over the Gunners. So at the
Hey, I
same
think
minute,
bunch of us did want that, but hey.
the equalizer
Yeah.
came. So it was a roller coaster of emotions. And then at the same time, getting my buffer back on in the second half was something else. But I watched more of the North London Derby game because that was what
Okay.
was on Sky. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
alongside keeping up with the Liverpool West Ham one, it was like a battle of two games at one in one go. Then the Chelsea game, I wasn't surprised on that when they went one down, having got Gusto sent off as well. I think it
Yeah.
was like four games at the same time. The Brighton one as well.
That was very annoying that a lot of those, because there were some tasty fixtures, and to
Hmm.
have them at the same time doesn't really make sense. And obviously, I mean, what was it? Newcastle after that against, Sheffield away, and they slapped them up 8-0. Lord have
Mm.
mercy.
Couldn't
I
believe
was
it.
just casually somebody in the group was like writing, oh, 7-0 to Newcastle. What? So I watched the last, 15 minutes, and then I caught, the obviously the eighth and final goal. But either way,
You
of
know, it's a
course, like I
record.
said, yeah, go ahead.
It's a record. Newcastle's highest ever away win ever.
Is it?
Yeah,
Wow.
away.
Big up to
And
Newcastle.
Sheffield United in their history have never conceded 8 goals at Bramall Lane either. So
Yeah.
Crazy.
on both
Half
ends of
the
the
stadium had left by the fifth goal, I think. Like a bunch of them had, they were like, we ain't gonna be sitting through more goals. Nope.
Mhm.
But
I
it is
saw
what it is.
I saw a clip of Isaac's goal. And literally, I think there was like maybe 100 people just scattered around the
Yeah,
stadium when you saw it,
exactly.
and he just ran through, and you could just see empty seats. I was like, damn, they
Yeah.
didn't even
And then you
care.
see
They just
like
left.
exactly where he scored. You see like a bunch of Newcastle fans just they're sitting there still in their seats,
Mm,
but have the rest of the whole stadium were just like you can see a lot of red empty seats, like you said, Sad. It was a madness.
mm.
But either way,
yeah, a
for
bit
we can
like
go
you
back
guys,
to
Old Trafford 2 seasons ago.
okay, let's
Sorry
Aaron,
to be done.
Aaron, Aaron. It's not about me today. Okay, Aaron. Shots fired. Touche. I'll remember, Aaron. Okay. Good one. Once we get to you, even though you won, but still, we'll get
You
there.
got me. All good.
All good.
6 in a
Big
row.
up
I
to
can't
Thriller
say
from
nothing.
Manila. Says remember me from the Norway watch along. Yes, Thriller, I do remember you. Big up to you. Hope you're doing well. Sad. Let's go back to your game again. Obviously you did say okay, so Saliba and Saka can be, those very few that can keep their heads held up high, right? Still and walk away from that game at least knowing that they did their job. Um, what did you feel about David Raya then?
To be honest, David Wright, listen, we all saw the save that he made. That save
That
was
was a good save.
amazing. I don't even know how he got back to that. And even you could see Ramsdale on the
Yeah,
on
he
the
was like,
bench, and
"Yo."
he was like, I was like, what? Hey, Ramsdale's even applauded him for that one.
Yeah,
But to be honest, Raya, I don't think he had a bad performance himself. Um, but obviously, listen, at the end of the day, I'm just marking out when I say Saliba and Saka, those are the players that I really think maybe even I can include Ryan in that because a lot of the goals that he conceded were not his fault. They were,
yeah,
he got put in those positions. Do you know what I mean? So, but for me, there was a lot of players that needed to check themselves ASAP.
yeah,
A lot of players. Nketiah is one. Okay.
Mm,
Um.
100%.
Uh.
agree.
Fabio Vieira muscled off the ball a few times, and he's been good this season. So I would have put him in my starting 11 anyway. I would have started him anyway,
Mm-hmm.
but he just got way too like out muscled by their midfield.
I ain't gonna lie, I
And
forgot that he was playing. No
yeah,
disrespect,
yeah.
I didn't even
You only
realize.
you only saw him Sophia in the first half.
Yeah,
Obviously, in the second
yeah,
half,
less.
he got substituted off
That's
for
why, of course. So he came in. I mean, Kai Havertz came in for him, wasn't it?
yes at half
Yeah,
time.
of course.
At half
Yeah,
time,
yeah. Mm.
so he was substituted off, and Declan Rice was
And
substituted
Declan
off,
Rice, of course.
and then obviously Jorginho and Havertz came on. So
Ah, the two
um,
Chelsea lads.
and to be honest, I was the thing is, I think the manager has to also hold a lot of blame for this, a lot of blame
Yep.
because, like I said before, I don't know how Nketiah stayed on that pitch for 100 minutes. The substitutions that were made, listen, he should have been at halftime. It was very simple for me. You
Yep.
take off Nketiah, you put Jesus in the middle, and you put Reece Nelson on the left. That would have worked perfectly. But the fact that he waited until I think it was like the 80th minute or 70th something minute, I think it was 75th, and then he waited until
Mm-hmm.
then bought on Reece Nelson for Gabriel Jesus. I was like, it doesn't make sense.
It
It
didn't.
literally doesn't make sense. Why would you take off Gabriel Jesus, who still is making a dent on the game? He's giving them trouble on even on that left side. Pedro Porro was having trouble with him at times. And he comes out and then literally takes Gabriel Jesus off and puts on Reece Nelson, leaves Nketiah on, even though Nketiah has been non-existent the whole game.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense to me. So yeah, there's definitely a lot. I don't think Gabriel necessarily had a bad game either. A lot of players are on the mid. mid didn't have that good game, but didn't have a
Mm-hmm.
bad game. But there's some players, i.e., the Eddie Nketiahs, the Fabio Vieiras, and
The
obviously
good.
Jorginho.
Us.
The thing is with Odegaard, and this is where I get a bit biased. I'm sorry, but I don't think he necessarily had a bad game. I think he wasn't up to his levels, and I think his levels are so high
Yep.
that when he has an average game, we look at it like it's a mad game. And I'm obviously he could have contributed so much more. I'm
Yep.
not saying that he had a good game or anything like that, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't think he had a completely bad game at
To
all.
be honest, I do agree with you. I mean, I live in Norway, so I've been watching like Odegaard ever since he was like 15 years old,
Mm,
playing for certain clubs here and whatnot. So, and I do heavily follow the Norwegian national team. He is also captain there, so
mm,
I also do feel like he wasn't like not on the level as in Ketia today.
mm,
Not that bad. He had moments here and there, but I can hear where people maybe can wish that his output could be a bit more, you know, prominent than you would
mm,
hope that he can show up for the occasion, especially for a big game as today. But he
mm,
wasn't the worst of the worst.
mm,
But of course, you would want your captain to do a little bit better, as you
mm,
know he can. So, but I hear you. I didn't think he
mm.
was horrible, but
But Sophia, even in the first half, you could see something was off because normally in games, I see
mhm.
Fabio Vieira, I see Odegaard, and I see Saka. They have that 1-2. They have that chemistry between each other. We've seen it before. They
Yeah.
always pass with each other. They have these little flicks. They manage to find each other.
Hmm.
In the first half, the passes just weren't going between them. They it looked like they had no chemistry. So it looked off from the start. I'm not necessarily going to say that he had a bad first half, but I feel like the second half he just dropped so low in
Yeah,
levels,
they weren't
just
really
from his
finding
normal
each other
levels.
with some of the passes. Like usually, like you said, Zad, they do have a great connection, and you can see like a proper relationship on the pitch. But it wasn't really there today.
Mm,
Maybe it could be something with I don't know how Spurs will play. I don't know what it was, but something wasn't really there, which was a bit weird. Was there any other players where you feel like stood up or stood out to you either in a okay way or bad? Anybody that you want to shout out?
I feel like I feel like Zinchenko did not get. I don't know. With Zinchenko, I don't think that he got cooked that much. I don't
I
feel
mean,
like he got cooked that
Kulusevski.
much.
I'm just saying, Kulusevski was kind of enjoying himself on that right side, didn't he not? On that
But
wing.
but the
See that
only
as well.
thing Th- But the only thing regarding that though is that Zinchenko, in regards to when he goes into the midfield, there's always going to be that open space. Now, I'd expect the defense to come or shift. Normally, they shift, and then you'd find Gabriel in his position at left back, and
Yep.
he normally covers that place defensively. So that was happening a lot of times. So um, you see Zinchenko in midfield, and when it's time to come back, Gabriel was there to try and take the ball off of Kulusevski. It looks like he's out of position, but that's really what he does a lot of the time. But listen, it wasn't a good game from him anyway. I don't think he was that bad though. But that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of players that are under halfway.
Hmm.
I'm on the fence about whether their performance was bad or not. But there's definitely some players that I've named already that listen, they're stinky performances. They stunk out the
Yeah.
place and just wasn't good enough. But overall, as a team, the performance wasn't good enough. It
No.
wasn't good enough. They didn't come in uh, acting like they were the home team. We looked how we look away from home. When we go to White Hart Lane or the
Yeah.
Tottenham Stadium, that's how we looked at home,
Yep.
which was worrying for me because I was like, you know what I mean? The first half, it's okay. We were putting pressure on them, playing high up on the pitch. But the second half, it looked like we were losing control
Yeah.
bit by bit by bit. just losing
Especially in that
control of the game.
midfield, Bisuma was just bossing up that midfield.
Mhm.
He looked very good. And you were kind of missing, of course, when Declan Rice had to get stopped off. There was a little bit missing
Mm.
in with driving that midfield forward. Um, and obviously, like we did mention, Jorginho came in and Kai Havertz. I want to ask you though, honestly, what is the purpose of Kai Havertz? Just ask you for a friend. What is the purpose?
I
You read my mind there. I wanted to ask him the same, how he feels about
Right?
Havertz. It's,
to be honest, I really don't know. Him going into that midfield for me is not the correct position to put him because of a lot of the good performances that I've seen from him were when he goes into that like centre forward false nine kind of thing
Mm-hmm.
because he looks a bit better in that false nine striker kind of role where he's helping out with the build up play, helping out with the passes in between the opponent's box.
Yep.
But him being in that midfield, it's literally like we have a two-man midfield, literally. And luckily we have
Yeah.
Zinchenko there, who was going into midfield as a double pivot with Jorginho. But if we don't have Zinchenko coming in like that, then we literally have two midfielders against three.
Mm-hmm.
It's always bound to happen where you get and to be honest, not necessarily saying that he had a completely bad game, an awful game as well. I'd have him coming on, there's not much for him to do when he came on. But even though he keeps on getting played in this same position, and
Yeah.
at the start it looked all right. At the start, he looked all right in that position. I was one of the people, one of the few that
Really?
said, you know what, he was because the thing is, he was progressive passes were high, his duels
Hmm.
were high that he won. But listen, after that United game, man, I don't know what. After that United game and the Fulham game,
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to him, but he can't play in that position, and it literally looks like we're missing a midfielder. So.
Yeah. It's just like extra legs, but like it doesn't do much. And it's
Mm,
not me trying to, like there's no agenda here and all that. Like we got Mount. Obviously, he's played just 2 games, but like you know what I'm saying? Like we're in the same boat with issues from Chelsea. We might need to go and get a refund. Either way, it is what it is. But I just think with Kai Havertz, I feel like Arteta may brother, you're forcing it a little bit, Arteta. You're forcing it a
mm,
little bit. We're trying to make it work. I don't know. In the
mm,
midfield, I don't see it. I
mm.
really don't.
Nah,
Yeah.
100%. I honestly do think he's forcing it, especially in that midfield position. If he was playing him in that center striker position where we saw, or center forward position where we saw him performing a bit better than he did in the midfield, then I could understand
Hmm.
if he keeps on playing in that position because that's where he got the best out of him, or not the best out of him, but he got better
More
performances
maybe.
out of him in that
Hmm.
position. But if he keeps on playing him in this midfield position, it just doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make. And if he keeps on doing it, we're just gonna keep on getting dominated in the midfield. Which it's just gonna keep on happening. So
Hmm.
unless Arteta, and that's why Arteta has to hold some sort of
Yeah.
responsibility for today because of the substitutions that he made. Because a few of them were the wrong substitutions. I would not have made those substitutions. My subs would have been completely different.
Okay. What would you personally have done differently?
So obviously the Rice had to come off.
Yep.
So at the in the first half, I would have taken obviously what I said about the front line. So take out Nketiah, put Reece Nelson on the left, put Jesus in the front at striker.
Yep.
Then you go to the midfield. Jorginho has to come on because that's the only DM we have at the moment. Bring Jorginho on, and then on that left eight position, there's no harm in playing Emil Smith role. He's been waiting for this. We've seen it before. The last time he played in a North London derby at home, he scored a
He
goal.
scored. Yeah, he did.
So I don't understand why Emil Smith Rowe didn't come on earlier because these kind of games, you want a player like him to come on. He's full of energy. He only played, I don't know how many minutes. I think it was like 10, 15 minutes in the last game. I think
Yeah.
it wasn't a lot of minutes that he played in that Champions League game. So
Hmm.
we can bring him on and he would have been lively, ready for it. But I don't understand why he didn't bring him on. because that would have been my substitutions. It would have been Smith Rowe on for Fabio Vieira and obviously Jorginho, and then I would have put in Reece Nelson for Eddie Nketiah and moved Jesus to the middle. That's my substitutions, and I think when we make those substitutions, we get a bit more of control for the game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get a bit more control, but for some reason, all the substitutions were just wrong. And Smith Rowe was just brought on way too late. Reece Nelson way too late. At that
Yeah.
point, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? He's trying to
He
go.
got it
For,
wrong today, Arteta.
yeah,
He got it wrong
100%.
today. Because often
100%.
sometimes
Saad,
you
when
could
would you have
be.
bought him on?
Go ahead.
Oh no, I
What's
was
that,
I
just
said
asking. When would you have bought him on, Reese?
Reece Nelson. Oh, at half
Yeah, if
time.
it,
At half
at
time.
halftime.
I would have bought him in at half time. Eddie Nketiah in that first half stunk it up. He was doing nothing. He had like 3 or 4 touches. I'm sorry, but when you're at the big clubs, bro, if
You gotta
you
keep it 100.
if you can't perform at a big club, yes, okay, Nketiah has scored goals and he's done all of this and all of that. And some people would have said, yeah, he maybe deserves to start. And if he started in that game, I really had no problems with the front line. I said, listen, we've got to see how it goes. Obviously, when Nketiah starts at this point in the season, I didn't really have a problem with it because he's earned his chance to play. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
he plays, but as a coach, as soon as you see it's not working in that first half time is the time for you to make your changes.
Yeah.
So at half time, I'm taking Eddie Nketiah off. I'm saying, I'm sorry, brother, but the performance wasn't good enough. We'll try again in a different game. It's too big of a game. Let's face it. This is like Man United versus Liverpool for you guys. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Basically.
they're both massive rivalries in this country, and they're both massive games. So this
Yeah.
is literally the first game that I look at on the calendar. Whenever I look at the calendar, first game when are we playing Tottenham, home and away. Second game when are we playing Man United. That's it.
Okay.
So
Yep.
you have to understand this is a massive game for me. And to be honest, fair play to Ange, man, because he said he was going to come play his own football, and he played his football. He
He
didn't stay
did it.
away. He stayed playing his own football that he had, his philosophy that he's trying to get down. So fair play to him.
Yep.
And this is going to be interesting once I do have my full squad, because
Yep.
when we go back to them at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, we will hopefully have our full squad by then.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a very interesting game, because then I'm excited to see how we play and how they play, because
Yeah.
with this new play style that they've got, attacking football, possession football, it's nice to have a bit of rivalry in North London again. Let's just say that.
Shots fired.
After last season.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I
so
mean, I really enjoyed watching the game. I thought it was really good. So, for sure. Do you have anything to add to that, Aaron, to what Saad has been saying about today's performance?
yeah, I thought for the neutral, it was a really good watch. Given, like I said earlier, my one was buffering, so I really needed something just to keep me busy. I was getting quite bored looking at the screen
Yeah.
going up and down. So
I've been there.
I give credit to both teams. I think that Spurs proved me wrong because I thought Arsenal were going to win. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd have loved Spurs to win. No offense, son. But they put on a show, and according to the neutrals, such as myself, I thought it was end to end in that sense. I feel like you lot could have managed the game a bit better, especially after going 2-1 up, but you gave it too early. I think you needed that space in between where before conceding, you didn't get a chance to take control. And once they pulled it back, it was a different ball game all along, especially when Kulusevski on the wing coming back and forth. So yeah, they surprised me. It's something I wasn't expecting. I thought you not coast it, but you get a comfortable win, relatively comfortable at the Emirates. And
Yeah.
I thought Saka had a great game, back on form, not just because of the goals, but you could see him involved in every angle from the midfield to that. If I'm not wrong, correct me. He was tracking back quite a bit as well to help up the defense when you lot were being put on the back foot,
Mm-hmm.
especially
He
when Son made
actually,
those runs in the box. So
he actually got spun, I think, for as funny as that is for you guys. he got spun by Maddison in it. So
Yeah, and
fair
Maddison
play
did
to
save.
Maddison, man.
Brother, I ain't gonna lie. When Saka did what was it, the celebration, I'm like, brother, I kind of wanted Maddison to score so he could do something, like a
Yeah.
little dig at at Saka. But it was funny though, and he did say
It's
like he was interviewed later. He said like he said what you said, Sad, with the you know he probably should have done that maybe after I spun him or something like that. So I was like, "Ooh, okay, shots
no, but
fired."
listen. Saka's always
Okay.
I said this on a watch along. He is the definition of a wind-up merchant. We saw against Man United. He
Yeah, he
scored.
did. Oh,
Rashford
he did
scores. He scores and he goes like that. So
and I
it's so.
like him. The thing is, I like him. I actually I can't hate the guy. He plays for Arsenal, but I just think Bukayo Saka is just such a likable guy. You just want to give him a hug.
Don't
But
be
at the
tricked.
same time, like you're saying, don't be fooled. The guy can be a wind-up merchant,
I'm telling
and
you.
and I've seen it.
He does the baby face. He
He
does all
does
of
the
this.
baby face, the
He
baby
acts
face
like
assassin.
a little kid.
Yeah,
He's just this little boy. You know what I mean? Looks like you think I think of him as my son, but all of a sudden he has this real like you know what
he
I mean.
does these
He's got
moments. I'm
housery. You
like,
know what I mean? He-
nah.
He's a wind
Oh,
up merchant, man. I
yeah,
love it.
he
I can't lie.
really
I
is.
love
It was
it.
funny though, but it is what it
Yeah.
is. But before we move on to Liverpool, I do want to hear, as we did talk about Saka, do you feel like maybe he's been a bit too overused? I feel like he's not really getting like a full break sometimes.
Mm,
He, of course, always shows up, and he's available. Availability is the best ability. What we
mm,
see also for us Man United fans with the always having Bruno available, but sometimes it's like, yo, give a player a rest every now and then. So,
mm,
do you wish, as an Arsenal fan, that sometimes Arteta could be like, you know what, maybe sit this one out? For instance, the upcoming Carabao Cup game,
mm.
maybe let him sit that one out
Well,
potentially.
the thing is, he's currently tackling um a Achilles injury that he has. So his
Mm,
Achilles, there's he's got an issue with his Achilles at the moment in his left
yep.
foot, I believe. So
Okay.
Oh,
he's definitely tackling that injury which he was tackling last season, and he was still
Yeah.
playing the whole season even though having that injury in his Achilles. So
Mm-hmm.
he's been taking painkillers and just playing through it. But listen, eventually he's going to have to get rest. And to be honest, I think Mikel Arteta's starting to get the idea because even in the Champions League game, after 65 minutes, took him off. So he's going to start to take him off earlier and earlier in games. And
That's
the
smart.
Carabao Cup, I don't know whether he might not play. We might see Fabio Vieira playing that right wing. So
yeah. Don't play him
that
in that one.
he might get rested for that game, to be honest, but
Okay.
he definitely needs some rest because if you overplay him he gets burnt out. That's the reason why he has a drop off at the end of the season, because you keep
Yeah.
on playing him constantly, eventually a player is going to have like, you know what I mean, your body will get to a stage where it's like, okay, you're doing a bit too much,
Mm-hmm.
let's calm it down, otherwise I'm not going to work at like full potential. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
His body will start working at like 50%. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely needs a rest, and hopefully that rest comes on Wednesday, where he doesn't have
Yeah.
to play. Mm.
Okay. But then,
It
yeah,
should.
you.
I'll be very surprised if he plays in what I personally deem to be a Mickey Mouse competition. I think definitely play the kids on that for
Mm.
sure.
Nah,
I feel like
100%.
that might have been a slight dig, but okay.
No, no, no.
No,
You
you
can
sure?
watch the tape. Even
What do you
when we
mean
won
by
it,
that?
outstanding.
Aaron, I see Aaron. Yeah. I just there's certain digs here and there, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I
No,
get
no. FA Cup, great, great. I loved every minute when we won. I was,
Of
everywhere
course. Oh,
in London.
of course you did.
But
Was it also fun when you
Mickey
won as
Mouse,
well? The Carabao Cup, the Mickey Mouse Cup was not fun to win for
I didn't,
you, or
I didn't
what
even
was
go
it?
out to watch it. I watched it at my,
Oh,
sorry?
no, no, no. I'm okay. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
no, I watched it at my uncle's place, and the
Yeah.
reaction I had when we won is I couldn't stop laughing after Kepa's miss. But in terms of the trophy as a whole, it's not something that I've rated for a good decade now. Growing up, I just never
Mm.
had. It's not been known with that to have that prestige, the same as the FA Cup. For me, that's magical. I don't know what you lot make of that. But a lot
No,
of fellow fans, rival fans, they don't really rate the FA Cup the same way that I
oh,
do. I'm not sure why. They think that the league's the bread and butter, which I get. I'm all for the league, the European Cup as well, and the FA Cup. But a lot of people are not on the same wavelength as me when it comes to that. And then they make the same argument for the Carabao as well. But for me, that's not really what I deem anyway to be a significant trophy in my books, at least. But yeah,
okay.
I did say. I promise you, I
So
did say it when we won it as well.
no,
But yeah, go on.
Aaron, I'm just joking with you. I
Yeah, no,
completely
I'm good.
get it. I'm just joking. But let's
Same
move on
energy.
to
Yeah.
Liverpool. Let's move on. So, I mean, congrats, you won, which of course I really was hoping that we were going to see a James Ward-Prowse masterclass. I was hoping that, my guy Antonio was going to dunk on y'all. That didn't happen at all. Salah
I mean,
penalty?
it was at Anfield, so yeah.
Yeah, I know, but
And
a girl can dream. A girl can dream. Of course. So Salah penalty. Did you think that was a penalty? Probably was a penalty,
I'm gonna
right?
be honest. I need
No.
to see the highlights on Match of the Day because my
Mm,
screen buffered,
yeah, of
and
course.
unfortunately for those, I think first half was relatively good. Just before I went to the bookie store in the coffee shop, having me lattes, I got a good stream on that. Apart from a few
Yeah.
minutes breakout here and there,
No, I
and
get
guess
that.
what? A few of those minutes was when the penalty got scored. So it
Of
pops up 1-0,
course.
and what
It
happened?
was
And
a
then I
good
see more
penalty, though. I did see
penalty.
the moment. It was a good penalty from Salah. I was like manifesting, hoping that he was gonna miss. He didn't. He just ran and was like
Did he go
pew
in the
in the
middle
middle.
again?
I think he might have been in the middle,
Middle. I thought
high
so.
up the
See,
middle.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was good. It was good. Not the
Mhm.
the ones that he did,
He
earlier.
always goes middle,
Yeah, but it was good.
bit
And
like
then
how
Darwin,
Vardy does.
yeah,
Mm, mm.
in a way, Darwin Nunes scored again. Jota at the
I saw
end
the
for the
miss.
third goal.
I'm happy he got his goal.
Yeah.
Charwin, as I say, it's my own little. The thing is that miss though was really bad. He should have got at least a brace because
Oh,
I'm not sure if I don't think you saw it, Sad, because you're watching your game. But he had a full-on chance on goal and he skied it wide.
yeah. I
So
didn't
it's kind
see
of a
that as
relief that
well, but I
he
heard
got his
about
goal.
it that he had like a really bad miss before he then finally actually did score. Um, at the end of it, but
Um, yeah,
you got
I'm
another
being
three
patient with
points.
him. That's what got
That's
me
a good
doubting him.
thing.
So,
Yeah.
but he needs to be more clinical in my books at least because
Yep.
before he'll convert, he needs at least 5 chances. I think a lot
Yeah.
of them they're not bad or horrible misses, but I feel he needs that clinicality there because without that, it's gonna be chance after chance after chance, and then the goals might dry up. So that's my concern regarding him. We
Okay.
need a one chance, one goal finisher. I don't think
Y-
we've got that in him just yet. Let's
But
see
he can build on
as the
that at
game's
least.
going
It
along.
helps with his confidence with
That's true,
scoring goals,
definitely.
right? Right.
That's the Newcastle
Um,
game as well.
yeah, exactly. My question now is, I mean, a lot of people have been saying like, Arsenal, title contenders, Liverpool potentially. What are your thoughts, Aaron? You now,
If
the
I'm being
three
honest,
points, you're unbeaten. Title
yeah,
charge? Too soon? Wait, huh?
no,
No?
no.
No title charge.
I'll
Nothing.
say
No.
no. I think City is gonna hands down. No one comes close to City. Which what I've got a question for Saad actually in regards to last season. Now, me personally, I don't think Arsenal bottled anything because why? They had nothing to bottle. We knew what was going to happen. I don't know about you, Sofia, but we knew City were
I
going to
prefer
come
really
clutch at some point.
not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble. And I don't want to be in big trouble.
What Uncle Mo said. But continue. Continue.
But
Yeah.
that was my stance because they started to play him
Yeah.
twice, at home and away, and I think was it 8 point gap. So if you take 2 games into consideration, that's 2 points. That's 1 game right there. And that was it. And you still had what, more than 10 games at that point?
Yeah,
So as
we
much
did.
as fans say, I don't think that you had anything to bottle. If I'm being honest, that's me.
But the only thing I'll say, but obviously I don't wanna fully get into this conversation, but but the only thing I'll say is that, listen, unfortunately the injuries played a part to that. Definitely played a part to that, because if I have Saliba back in my defense, I don't think that we bottle that league. I feel like we go the full way and able to challenge him, and at least until the final day. But unfortunately, with Rob Holding coming in and us trying to bring on Kivior to play in that left side or on that right centre back position a bit way too late. He brought in Kivior way too late. So if we didn't have Kivior, if we didn't have Saliba missing, I think we definitely take it at least maybe to the last day, if not possibly the game week before, and we might lose it. But I definitely think there was something to fight for. I can't say I agree with that there was nothing to fight for. But I know there's a lot of people that say that we knew that City were gonna win. We knew that City were gonna win. We knew it was coming. So I've heard it all before. I'm not in agreement with that though.
You know how I feel your pain, Saad, because 2019 we were in the exact same position as you lot.
Yeah, you were the bridesmaid as well.
Exactly.
There you are.
Yeah.
There you are.
But
there you are.
The difference is we bottled it. That's the difference, because we had like a 7-point lead end of January, and they just didn't drop any points. They wanted to win 14 in a row, so it just got a bit of deja vu on that. And this season, I feel I don't see anyone stopping them. Whether it's us, you lot. I hope someone can. I mean, it's the first time in my life where I was supporting you lot last season, because we need this league saved. We can't have it become the next.
I'm tired, man. I'm so tired.
Like anyway,
but I got a question for you, bro. Just a quick one. Regarding obviously we'll go back to Liverpool now. Regarding Darwin Núñez, obviously I know he got his goal today, and a great goal. Obviously managed to hit. I think it was a volley, wasn't it?
One touch.
So listen, regarding his goals, obviously he scored today, but he misses a lot of chances. I think there was one in the game that was right in front of the goal, and he literally missed it. It was right. I think he got passed from Salah. I think it was. I'm sorry because I didn't watch the full game, and he literally passed it to him, and he missed it. Literally 6 yards out. So I wanted to ask a question. What do you think about Darwin Núñez? Do you think he's gonna start to score more goals, or do you think that there's still no hope with him in regards to him scoring goals?
I think he's still evolving. No pun intended. I do think he's still evolving. It's gonna take some time for him to hit the target more often. We need more chances, which our wingers will create. But I don't want him missing too many. That's the thing. Even though Sofia made a good point in regards to confidence, but he needs to be more clinical. So until then, the jury is out.
Yeah,
time. I don't want to jump on his back too quick, but he's definitely not the finished article. Far from it. But it's going to take a good while.
The only reason why I say that is because, listen, as much as he needs time and that, Liverpool, Man United, Arsenal, these are big clubs. So you can't be at a big club. Obviously, you give him the first year. He has time to be able to try and get used to the league, try and get used to the way that they play. And of course, you give him the first, but this is year 2. So year 2, he has to show some sort of improvement from last year.
And consistency as well.
Otherwise, the jury is out. And listen, the fans,
it's already.
If you're not playing well
after today,
if you're not playing well, then listen, they'll be on your back. They'll be on your back, and somebody is waiting to take your position.
Yes. He does
Jota
assist as well.
Was that
just one thing to bear in mind?
What was that, bro?
Can you say that one more time?
He gets the assists as well.
Okay.
Oh right, okay, yeah. No, I
he gets the assist,
that, but he's
no contribution.
But he is for me. He's a striker, in it. So I'm expecting him to score goals as well.
Goals exactly that he can be, the one doing
I'm
that.
I'm just basing that off of his season at Benfica to here.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
that's what
It
we
was
brought him
Benfica
for.
that he played at. It
Just
was Benfica, wasn't it?
Yeah,
He
it
played
was
at for.
Benfica. Yeah.
And
It was
I think he had 20 plus goals, didn't he, in that season or
Yes.
something like that.
Yep.
second season.
So the thing
Yep.
is, going from that to coming and not scoring that many goals, and you know what I mean, I expect him to, obviously as just a neutral, just watching Liverpool, just my opinion on it. I expect him to come in year one. Okay, you have to. It takes the Premier League does take some getting used to because of the physicality, because of the press, constant press. So as a striker, you need to get used to it. It's not as easy as other leagues. Although I do say that the Portuguese league is probably the closest league to us because of the pressing over there. But
Italian, Syria.
yeah, but all I will say is that the year two, he definitely needs to improve now, man. I feel like this is his time. He needs to improve. He needs to start scoring goals on a more consistent basis. And yeah, let's see what happens. But that's definitely something that the Liverpool fans will be watching out for now. Is that if he can score goals on a consistent basis?
Yeah.
I'm hoping he can do it with fewer chances, though. It's like we don't want to see that frustrating factor that he needs 5 shots to 1 goal, right? Want to see less of that, maybe 2 or 3. That'll be better.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like I said, it's an evolution process.
No, fair
I
enough.
hear
Literally.
that. Yeah. There's a question here for you, Aaron. Are Liverpool slowly making comeback to their best?
I'll answer that with a question. When you say best, do you mean best as in the glory that we've just had? Or are you talking like overall, like the reputation we have as a club, or big club, should I say?
Maybe
I wouldn't say
overall,
so.
potentially.
Sorry, what was your question to him? Because
Are Liverpool
Oh,
slowly
like is it best on
come back to their
Go on.
best?
yeah, the thing is, Liverpool. I always said at the start of the season, I said I'll answer this from my point of view quickly.
Go ahead.
For me, I thought that Liverpool were always going to be, if they made the right signings in the transfer window, they would have been with us and City. All of us would have been challenging for that league. But even then, they've still started strong. And obviously, listen, they've had their injuries, they've had their suspensions. Obviously, Van Dijk was suspended for a while. But listen, they still have a problem within that midfield where they still have no 6. Endo, not good enough. Not good enough. And unfortunately, that might just scrape them out of the title challenge. But even then, they still got a few players, i.e., Salah, Alisson, Van Dijk, Trent, Robertson. These are all players that won league title. Yeah, exactly. That one
Hungarian Steven Gerrard.
Yeah,
as the streets say. I don't. It's not according to me, but yeah.
But I'm just talking about the players that know how to win a league title. You know, the
Oh
players
yeah,
that have
I hear
won
what
it
you're
previously.
saying. Yeah, the players.
So
okay,
those
yeah.
that core, they know how to win a league title. So there is still a lot of players from that league winning season
that's done it before
that are still there. Do you know what I mean? So if they do get to if they get in a kind of rhythm of winning game after game after game, they might even have a better chance than us at winning the league. But I definitely think that listen, City are gonna drop points. City are gonna drop points. Eventually it will happen. But
very few.
Aaron,
but how many
they
points
will at some point. Some points will be dropped.
Point they will. At some point they will drop points. I'm telling you now. They came close against Sheffield.
I hope so.
They were lucky to get out of that. So we already see that at times you get to a point where you will drop points. But we will see what happens with City. But I do feel like
relying on you lot. Actually, we have to. Sorry.
Exactly. But I definitely think that you guys are close to coming back to being at your best. Dominic's Soboslai, I think that's how you say his name.
Yeah.
He looks amazing. He looks amazing.
He does.
You know
that's
what I mean?
A good signing.
amazing signing. Amazing
Yeah,
signing. I think they got him for
very.
75 million or 60. Was it 65 or 75?
60, I think,
So
add-ons.
it was 60 with add-ons. So you
Yeah,
see, it's
wrong.
crazy. The fact that he got him for that, and he already looks like £100 million player. Like if he went for 100 million, I wouldn't even bat an eyelid because he's that good, man. He's came in, he's looked confident on the ball, he's making plays, he's helping with the build up, creating goals as well as scoring them. So yeah, he looks the real deal, and all it takes is that new spark to light up the other players, and all of a sudden these guys are playing back to their best. So I'd say give it time,
Alexis,
but I feel like you guys are close to being back.
Mm,
Robertson might be a bit past his times, and you might need to get someone at left back.
Trent.
But
yeah,
other than that, you know, Trent might come in there as well for his defensive abilities. But still, what the Trent gives you going forward is something way different to any
yeah,
other fullback.
absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will gladly take a Europa League, FA Cup as well.
Mm.
I just want to see us win something. It's like coming second it's good. It's not quite a trophy though.
But
That's the thing.
it's not a
Got to
trophy
start
coming
winning
second,
those again.
right, Sad? It's not, you
No,
know?
that's
You
what
know
I'm
what?
saying.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
that was a mad one because you know what? Yeah, you know the movies when you get shot and you don't realize you got shot and the blood just starts to come down. I was like, did I just get shot, bro?
Where does the blood come from, huh? Is that
Yeah.
ketchup?
Hey, you know what? That one caught me off guard.
I had
Like,
to.
fair enough. Hey,
But yeah,
second place.
Aaron, like
You'd rather win the FA Cup than get top four. That's my stance anyway. I'd
Mm.
rather see us win that than
winning
to
at
even
least.
qualify
Yeah.
for top four.
Do you think you can win the Europa League though?
Seville, man. Seville's the main threat. They always come third. They come down and they win it again.
Yeah.
And it
Sometimes it
happened to
almost
us,
feels
and even
like,
though it
are
got
they
robbed.
doing that on purpose?
Yeah, I
You
think
know?
so.
It all depends.
Because
It
look
all
what happened
depends
last
because
season
they
as
get.
well.
It depends, yeah. West Ham could also
And
do
they
it
kicked
though.
Roma out. And Juve as well. So, and they already drew
Yeah,
it. Lens in your group. I mean, again, we're relying on you lot, Saad, to try and maybe push them down. Not to third though. I don't want them second or fourth. Like, I don't want them
Just get him
coming
completely
Europe.
out of there,
Listen,
Sad.
listen, Aaron. I'm gonna let you know now. Yeah, if I can get them into the Europa League, for you, I will. Yeah, for you, I will get them into the Europa League. Yeah, because I don't
But
want to
he's
see you
saying
guys win
don't do
nothing.
it. He's
Same
saying
way.
he want them completely out.
Nah.
Come on.
We'll let them. If they need a goal, go on then. Just score a
Yeah,
goal,
yeah.
man. Just score a goal.
Sorry, Aaron. You have to struggle as we did. You gotta struggle. Okay?
Exactly. You got to come up
Yeah.
That's
against
how
the
it is,
Europa
You know the
League
struggle.
legends.
Aaron. That
I
one I
think
don't.
Ajax
I
second
definitely.
though, favorites. Just to answer your question, and then
Yeah.
probably us lot third.
Mm.
That's my stance. The
Okay.
Europa. I think Seville favorites to win it still. Ajax will be second, and then I'll give us third. If we
Ooh, I don't
can
know about
overcome
that.
those,
I
then we
think
should
are
be okay.
people maybe overlooking West Ham though?
We got Conceição as well. West
I
Ham.
think
Nah.
No, I really think
I-
West Ham could do it. You know.
I think West Ham can give it a good go. I think Brighton are gonna have trouble because
Yeah.
just getting used to
Seen
that.
already.
Just getting used to the. Listen, let's face it. Obviously, for us, we're used to it. You know what I mean? We're used to playing
mean,
game on the week and then game on the weekend, game on the
Yeah.
week, game on the week. Brighton right now are so used to playing a game on the weekend, wait a week, game on the weekend, game on the weekend. So
Yeah.
they're not used to that playing the game in the week
Like
and
the
how they
European
manage that.
nights as well. Like even though
Exactly.
it's Europa League, it's still like that. That is a big deal for Brighton.
Yeah.
You know. So
Exactly.
yeah, I think that. Yeah.
West Ham are definitely
It's a
they've
very
been
good
there. So
competition as well.
Yeah. But I generally do think
And
that
they
West
lost
Ham
to
could
Athens.
do it. Yeah. Brighton lost to Athens. Exactly. They did. Ooh, that was a good goal from one of them actually at the
Home.
opening goal, I think it was.
Damn it.
But for the
I saw
last
that.
few minutes though, I do want to talk a little bit about Chelsea. And to
Oh
those
my
Chelsea fans
god.
watching, we have not forgotten. Okay? Just because you played at the same time as the North London Derby, Liverpool was playing West Ham, yada yada yada, you still lost. So hold that. Okay? So to talk, Chelsea. What is going on, people? Whoever wants to talk, go ahead. Saad,
I'm gonna
Aaron.
let you guys go first because listen, there's too much. There's too much to cover. Actually, you know what? Let me cover it because these guys they just can't score. They can't
We should be the
score.
most believed. That's all I can
At
say.
at this point, are we gonna? What's gonna happen when they don't score a goal and then they have to come? They have to look at the goal of the month. They're gonna start looking at
Oh,
training goals. Is Sterling gonna have to? They're gonna have to put up on a Sterling's training goals or something. Like, come on, man! They
exactly.
haven't scored in the whole month, so they've got I
You
think
know,
one
when
more
somebody
game
said that,
left.
I was like, oh, dang, if that really actually is the case, I didn't even realize that they haven't done that. What? They're in the
That's a
same, like,
uh,
sorry for my language, but shit, like they have
You
been
know, the
from
only
last
team they've
season.
beaten,
mm,
Oh, go ahead, Aaron.
they've only beaten Luton Town. Let that sink in.
mm.
The only team that they've beaten is Luton at the
Like
minute
I
in
know,
like what 6 games?
yeah, I know we're Man United. We have been shit. Don't get it
Mm,
twisted. Man United, we have been in the mud. But
mm.
yo, if we're in the mud, we're Chelsea.
Ah, they're in the core of the earth, just burning up. And I'll tell you that's where they are, man. Because they're not. Listen, Sofia. Listen,
Yeah.
if you at times, when I drew against Tottenham, and I was really feeling bad. I was angry, and it was all inside, and just it was all coming together, and I was so angry. I looked over and I was like, you know what? At least I'm not Chelsea. At least I'm not on their level. So I will forget about this draw against Tottenham.
You'll
I'll
move
probably
on.
go. I'll probably go to the next game against Bournemouth, and then I'll probably smack Bournemouth, and then it will move on. Chelsea are just in a whole nother mess. They make chances, they make all the opportunities that they can, but they just can't score. They literally can't
Exactly.
score, and that's the
Yeah,
worst thing that you can have because there's so many. We suffer from it at times. At the start of the
we do.
season, we were making so many opportunities. Same with you, Bruno was making so many opportunities.
Yeah.
No one there to finish it. Same with us. We're making so many opportunities in these games. No one there to finish it, and that is literally the worst thing you can have at a club. The worst thing that you can have if you make all these chances, but you just haven't got the striker to finish it, and that's been a problem
That's my
for a long
concern with
time at Chelsea.
But yeah, hopefully it won't come to that. But we've got the
That yeah,
firepower.
bro, that's been a massive problem at Chelsea because the last prolific striker. I mean, you could include Diego
Yeah.
Costa,
I
but
would. I mean, compared to
also
now, you kind of would, though, right?
yeah, but
You would.
the last one they had apart from Diego Costa was Drogba, did he?
Yeah.
So it's crazy to see. It's crazy to see these guys. As you might as well just like rename them from Chelsea FC to the striker killers because they just literally any striker that goes there they just get killed. They can't do
They
anything. It's like they
can't.
lose. The same thing with Fernando Torres. Look what they done to Fernando Torres. I went from Liverpool to Chelsea and couldn't hit a barn door.
I think maybe with Torres, the thing is he cut the locks. He got short brown
Yeah.
hair. What happened with the headband? Torres, we need that guy back. When you started to be
Yeah.
another type of Torres, that's not you,
It's,
Fernando.
it's like a
Come
free
on.
50 mil that we got there.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So I'm saying it's crazy, man. But they're
Yeah,
they're in a real mess, Sophia. I'll be real with you, man. They're
they
Guys,
in a
just
are.
before
mess.
you,
Yeah. And also with what did I read
I wanted to get
earlier?
your predictions.
What did you say, Aaron?
Oh, my sound is probably delayed. That's why it comes through.
Oh,
No,
no.
before when you finish,
Yep.
just wanted to get your predictions on the European Cup.
Oh, yeah, sure, sure, sure,
Just
sure, sure.
curious to see who you think is going to win it this year.
Okay. Okay. I
But
was just
yeah,
gonna
go on.
quickly
You're
just
saying something.
say, yeah, I was just gonna quickly say, I think
Hmm.
for what was it? Jackson got like his fifth yellow card, so he'll be missing a game.
Mhm.
I don't know. Would that be the Carabao Cup game or would that be a next Prem game? One or the other, right? Probably would be
I
it.
think it might be
Oh,
the.
midweek.
I
We
think
got
it
the
might be
Mickey
the.
Mouse midweek. Yeah.
But is it going to be the Mickey Mouse Cup or is it going to be the actual? Hey, you know what? Hey, whoever came up with the Mickey Mouse Cup name, bro, hats off to them. Like, But is it going to be the Carabao Cup game or is it going to be
He's
the Premier
Mickey
League
Mouse.
game? I think it's
That's
any. If it's
It could be
any
Disney,
FA
you know,
game.
soon. Papa John's.
100%. But is
No
it
talk.
officially an FA game or is it? Because I'm not sure whether it's a Premier League game only.
Yeah, that's also what I'm unsure about. They just said next game. Maybe it is the Carabao. Could be the Carabao Cup.
What's the question?
Either way, though.
No,
No,
it's
my
Carabao.
question.
Midweek.
So it would be midweek where he would be missing
Yeah,
it.
midweek. Because
Okay.
we got Leicester on Wednesday. I know Newcastle got City. I
Yeah.
forgot who you lot played. And then next weekend, obviously, back to the league. And then the week after, European games, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we've got
You got Bournemouth, don't you?
Brentford. No, Brentford.
Oh no, you got Brentford, of course.
So we got Brentford at their stadium, and then we got
Yep.
Bournemouth on a Friday.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. And we actually have Crystal Palace back to back, which is weird.
Wait, so you're stuck
Yeah,
or
both
you're-
at home. Both at home, isn't
Yes,
it?
because this happened also. I remember last season and the season before that when we had Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup, and we also had them at home back. I mean, in the league back to back. I don't get why that always happens. It's weird, but hopefully we win both of them. I hope.
For
So it's at home,
my
right?
for my
For you
sake. Which
your
one? My
sake?
one?
No,
Oh
for
no, I was just
United.
gonna troll.
Yeah.
I was just gonna troll and say
Of
for my
course you
sake,
were.
hopefully you don't win no games, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't.
and
Come on,
vice
man.
versa to you too, Sad.
Come on, man. Come on, Man United
We
in the
see what
mud.
they can do.
Brilliant.
The theatre of madness.
Theater of
Oh, man.
Madness. Okay, now you're
Nightmares.
taking a piss. Oh,
The Theatre of Nightmares. That's a good name, man. That's a good name. If it carries on, I don't think the thing is with Man United. I don't think.
Trousers. Yellow card. The unit reverse.
Nah, I don't think it's that.
You'll get top four. My honest prediction, genuine. I think you'll still get fourth.
They're
I
not.
think
They're
Arsenal
not that bad. I don't think.
we look second,
Not as
yeah.
bad as Chelsea, man. So don't
I
worry.
know.
I can't
But
believe, right? I had them to finish second. Can you believe it? Start of the season, I thought Chelsea would come second. I thought you lot fifth. As in
Nah,
Arsenal.
I don't. That's a clanger, bro.
wait.
Hey, that's a clanger.
I switched it now.
Aaron, who did he say was going to finish fifth?
No.
What, at the
he said
beginning of the
second.
season?
He said second.
No, he
Okay,
said
this was
somebody
my
fifth. Who?
no. This was my original at the start of the season. I had these,
Okay.
yeah. City, Chelsea, second. Before the season started. I had us as I had you lot third, United, third, Liverpool fourth, Arsenal fifth, Newcastle
That
sixth.
is
That
a
was my top six.
clanger, bro. That is hey, that is a clanger, broski. Hey, that is mad. That is. You know what? Yeah.
I got me revised ones now.
Fair enough.
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
It's crazy. Hey, this is crazy. You know what? Yeah, agenda's gonna agenda it. So
Agenda's
I'm
gonna
here
agenda.
for it, bro. I'm here for it, man. I'm happy, man. I'm good.
Oh,
I
well,
like
before
it when
we-
they
the whole
activate
Poch new project, all the signings they'd made.
yeah,
Poch
that
coming
was
in,
actually my
all
next
the
topic.
signings, all his spending, like he's in Saudi. I thought all this gonna come into fruition.
I want to ask
That's
both
what
of
happened
you.
at second.
Okay, I want to ask, since you did say
Mm.
with Poch, okay, obviously new coach coming in and all that hasn't fully worked out. Is he in a bit of not a bit, but like in very pressured now? Could he maybe be sacked soon? Or will,
Christmas. I'll give it till Christmas.
ooh,
I'd say the same thing. I think he's gonna get sacked in Christmas. I personally think it's the wrong thing for them to do. I think they should stick with Poch because, let's face it, at least he came in and had a play style. Like he's came in, he's shown a style of play. You know what I mean? He's been able to show what he wants to do. Obviously, they bought the players that they bought, and apparently not. He didn't have a lot of say in the players that they bought. So as long as the owners are there and doing what they're doing, they're just going to be going lower and lower and lower because they're not having the manager give him or give them his list and then they get from his list. They're getting what they want to get. Do you know what I mean? Or what their scouts want to get. It looks like they're just going by the scouting network and they're just like, okay, just go and give us a couple names. Yeah, so we get him. Like you have to get what the manager wants at times because the manager is putting a picture in his mind on what he wants and he's trying to put it out onto the pitch. So if you get him players that he hasn't got a plan for, he's going to come out there and he's going to be experimenting throughout the game. So eventually you're going to hit a dead end and the players are just not going to be able to play in his system. But you can see what he's trying to do. He just hasn't got the personnel at the moment to do it. But they've got a lot of injuries. Excuse me. They've still got Nkunku to come back as well. He's a very, very dangerous player. So once he comes back, that could add some goals to their game. So we got to wait and see with Chelsea because in all honesty, they could come back and maybe get top 10. Maybe they could even get
I was going to ask
if
50. I was going to ask you both. Like, you not see them still coming fifth, even after today's result against Villa.
It's going to be very
think
hard.
Fifth.
It's very hard. It's very hard, and they're going to need to be. What it depends on when Nkunku comes back, but they're going to need to be perfect, not drop a point, in order for them to still get fifth at the moment. It's very difficult. It's possible if others drop points, but I just don't see them dropping points. Meanwhile, Chelsea staying on a trajectory of win after win after win. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. They've lost too many points at this point for them to be for them to actually go in.
Who's your top four at the minute as we speak now?
Sophia, do you want to go first or shall I go first?
You can go first, Saad.
I think my top four at the moment is this how it's going to finish. Yeah, is that?
Yeah, I think that's what you meant, Aaron. Like what we think right now. Like let's say if the league is finished right now, that's what we think, right?
Well, if the league was to finish,
I mean, technically that would make sense. Actually, forget what I said. What we from the form we've seen now, who do we predict will finish fourth? I think Aaron might have froze, but you
I still think if I'm going by the form that I've seen so far, I think it will be
Are you there?
Man City first. This is based off form, but anything could happen later on in the season. I'll say Man City first. Liverpool could even come second.
Sorry, I can hear you now.
And you can hear us, yeah? Okay. So I think it'll be Man City first.
Yes, will be
Liverpool second.
Try and get the data on.
No worries. So yeah. I think it will be Man United. Man United. What talk about? Man City. Nah. Let's relax, Sophia. You're not in them conversations yet. Your baby bro.
Okay. Calma.
There we are. So Man City first.
Yeah.
I'd say Liverpool second, Arsenal third, Tottenham fourth. And probably Man United fifth. Just, I'd base that just based on what I've seen so far.
I hear you.
I still feel that Man United, once they get the players back and he fully has his starting 11. All jokes aside, obviously, I'll sit there and I'll cook you guys when you guys are playing terribly. But at the same time, it can be fixed. It can be fixed. It's not that difficult. The situation that you've got going on. Do you know what I mean? So. Once you get your players back, obviously it will be interesting to see what he does with Amrabat because, it will be interesting to see with him playing next to Casemiro. It's interesting to see what happens with that. But overall, I feel like that would probably be my top five. I think I'll give you five there, top five.
Yeah, you did one extra top five. Interesting. Yeah,
Now you got to do yours based off of form.
it's a form. I mean, okay, so I definitely think I don't want this to happen, but City probably will be winning.
Mm.
That's what I think. So City first. Second, I think it's gonna be you guys, Arsenal. Third, I think it's gonna be Tottenham. Fourth, if we're basing this off of form right now, even though I don't want to say it, probably Liverpool fourth. And
Mhm.
then I would say maybe us fifth
Mm.
is what I think. But I probably would say like what you said, Sad,
Mm.
with once we get more of our players back, hopefully
Mm.
we can start to tweak things, get get on a proper run, form and all of that. Then suddenly we might have a different conversation a couple of games in. You never
Mm.
know. But I do believe that Ten Hag can turn this around, but
Mm.
we have to of course
Well,
wait and see.
that's
Go
the
ahead.
thing,
What's that
Sophia.
on? Sorry, my Wi-Fi had
It
gone
was
off.
a no. It was a Man City,
Yeah.
Liverpool, Arsenal. Who was the fourth one? Tottenham, and then Man
And
United.
then you said us fourth.
I gave the top five.
Yeah. And then what I said, Aaron, was Man City
I
first.
think I got this. Yeah.
Yeah, you got mine. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
just
yes, yes.
about.
Awesome.
Um,
Great.
Yeah.
I agree with Sad. Apart from fourth, I don't think Tottenham make that top four. I think United will get the fourth spot, but the
Okay.
top three I agree with. I think
Okay.
Chelsea fifth still. You can caption it
Really?
if you want. You can clip it.
You know what, Aaron? We might. Okay, what time at 1:12? Okay, we'll clip it. Okay, we'll keep it in mind for the
Probably
the
sixth.
storage.
Yeah, if
at,
they get
at
that.
this point, we wouldn't even be surprised if they suddenly finish 12th or something again. Like
Hope
how
so.
they're moving right
Hopefully.
now, it ain't good.
It's
It
looking
ain't good.
bad. It's looking bad.
It
That'll be
really
bad.
is. That would be
Long may it
banter
continue.
indeed.
Long
Long
may it
may it
continue.
continue.
Hope I'm wrong.
Yes.
I want to be wrong. But yeah,
No,
some
I
reason
get
I
it.
still think fifth or sixth.
Okay.
Them and Newcastle, fifth and sixth. Tottenham, I'd say seventh. Yeah, that'll be my top seven.
Really? Spurs?
I don't.
I
Yeah,
I
they
think
always
they've got
find a way of becoming
nah.
Spudsy.
The
Is
only
it what Kalini says? Where is it? This one.
Tottenham.
definitely is the history of the Tottenham. Definitely.
I have no faith in them.
Listen,
agree with
as it is, there's levels right now. There's levels that they have to reach. They have to stop celebrating draws and start celebrating wins and taking draws as losses. Once they do that, Tottenham are going to be on the right track. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. We see you, Sad. We see you. Okay.
Just a little dagger in there, just for the Spurs fans, man. You know?
Joint
Yeah.
slinging box. Hand. Lockjaw.
There's no way. Sophia, you were that's dangerous. You were saving that one, innit?
I was like, when can I just had to
There's no way you got French
that's a new
Montana
one
out
for the
here.
storage. That's the new one for
Nah.
For
ones
both
that
of you,
had.
let me just caption you know how Arsenal, Man United used to be Albantico when you're still coming back to your best. I'll say now I'll come back because you're both coming back gradually.
Slowly but
You just
surely.
missed out.
Yes.
I'll come
And
back.
Guys,
hopefully
yep.
we
No,
get
go
the
ahead.
rivalry. No, I was just gonna say hopefully the rivalry comes back where we're at top and it's Man United
Yeah.
versus Arsenal again because I love that. That's what I grew up off of. You know what I mean?
Same, me too as well.
I grew up with Fergie versus Wenger.
Yep.
And this whole City, Liverpool.
I miss the rivalry.
It's boring.
With you lot.
I'm not gonna lie, the City and Liverpool type rivalry is just too much kumbaya. It's too much like I respect you. You're incredible. Yeah, you push me forward. Shut that shit up. Okay, let me see a little bit of, remember when, even though this is kind of Chelsea involved as well, but remember when Wenger was pushing Mourinho and it looked like they were about to scrap. I want to see that again. Give me a little bit of passion on the sidelines. I don't want to see all the kumbaya stuff. That's what I feel at least.
Non-Muslim FC. That's what we want.
Exactly.
The badge settings.
Yes, 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 yes. So before we wrap up, I'm just gonna read a couple of the comments. Pick up everybody that's been here. Keep liking
Yeah.
And
the video
just your
and
European
do
Cup
subscribe.
predictions as well. I say personally Madrid wins it, but just interested to see
Oh,
who
for
you
the
think is
for the
gonna win it.
Champions League.
Yeah, well, European Cup is what I say.
Okay.
I'll get
So
into that. Why I don't really go in the Champions League thing because remember back in the day how only winners would play in it. At the minute,
yeah, yeah,
even
yeah,
top
yeah.
four gets in, so the name is kind of I don't know misleading. But we can
I
save
hear
that
you.
for another day.
We definitely. So you're saying you think Real Madrid will be winning the
Yeah,
Champions League?
I think they'll be back.
Okay,
Galacticos, Bellingham's looking like saved by the bell.
it's definitely up
Crazy.
there. He's looking very good.
Crazy.
Freaking hell.
I think he's gonna be just a quick one. Sorry, I
Yeah,
know you want to wrap up quickly.
Yeah,
Just
it's
a
okay.
quick one.
Go, go, go.
Listen, I'll tell you this right now, and you lot can clip this. Anybody who wants to clip this, yeah?
We won 17. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So Jude Bellingham is going to be one of the best midfielders for the next 10 to 15 years. I'm telling you right now. I see him being the best midfielder, hands down. He's going to be at the end of his career, this guy is going to be in conversations with Gerrard, with Scholes, with Lampard, all of these guys. I'm telling you, as English midfielders, that have played
Wow.
in the game, I'm telling you, from the way I see him, the way he carries himself, the way he's moved to Madrid, learnt Spanish, and just the way he just plays, it looks like he just hits like a
He
duck.
just
And
looks like
he's
he's
very
way
young as well.
older as well. Like he
Yeah.
plays like he's been
Yeah.
playing for years.
Such a maturity in the way that he plays. And the thing is, now 10 years is a reach, but listen, I'm telling you right now, bro, he's in Madrid right now. Watch when he comes to the Prem. I feel like he's gonna come to the Prem when he's just about to hit his prime. Because right now he's gonna spend his years in Madrid playing at the top level. Once he reaches 25, 26, 27, watch him come to the Prem, watch him kill it. I'm telling you now. And most likely will go to Liverpool. If he does go to the Prem, I think he'll go to Liverpool.
At the pinnacle, though. I mean, playing for Madrid, that's the dream after the Prem, and he's there already. So who knows?
Yeah,
but we're seeing it.
Yeah,
yeah.
no, I rate him highly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be shameless and go Arsenal, but why did Sofia go like?
This is not you.
Aye, there you are. There you are. I was waiting for that one.
I am sick. I am sick of your shit. And when I'm not sick, I'm tired. I am sick and tired.
Nah.
I hope you are joking, right? You are joking.
Nah, I was joking. I was joking.
Oh, thank God. I'm just double checking.
Yeah. There's no way we're gonna win that first.
Because there are some Arsenal fans that would be like, "We're winning it." Shush, you're not.
That's shameless.
They don't do European trophies.
Okay, there you are. This is the reason. You know what, Sofia? Yeah. The reason why this comes out is because when you can't do enough to win league titles in the Premier League era, you have to pull out your European trophies and put them out. You know, when they ask you to put your Premier League era, when they ask you to put out your Premier League era VVS and you haven't got enough, you're like, okay, let me bring out the jewels that I bought from Milan. There you go. Have that.
6 of them
though.
right here.
19.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, no, you got 19. I'm just talking about the.
You gave a shot. He gives it. Got another shot back. It is what it is. Pew. But in all honesty, though, Saad, who do you think will be winning the Champions League?
I'd say between City and Madrid, and City are edging it closer to winning it because they just.
Do you think they can go back to back though? No team's done that from Madrid.
If they're the ones to do it, they're the ones to do it. But Ajax have done it, Madrid have done it. You know what I mean? So even you guys have done it. Liverpool, I was talking about. You guys have done it. So you have to look at it like that. If there's a team that can do it, it's definitely City. At the moment, they just look too strong, man. Too strong.
Sofia, who you saying?
You know what? Madrid is a shout. I just feel like, even though they're in their group, and I wasn't fully convinced when we played them, but I think maybe Bayern Munich with Harry Kane could potentially do something. They could.
They're
If
my
they
second
maybe,
favorites, I'd say.
yeah, I don't know. They won like I think like 7-0 against
I hope
somebody.
they don't.
Scored
Because I
freaking
can't
Kane
stand
scored a
Bayern.
hat trick and got 2 assists as well. But I don't know. That could happen, but we'll definitely we will see. We will see for sure. But yeah, guys, I just want to read a few of the comments before we wrap up. But it's been a good show, though. I've definitely been pleased with having you both on for sure. Let's see here.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Pick up the Daily Take says, hello, Sophia, I'm back. Yes, Daily Take, it's been a while. I hope that you are doing good, my friend. Big up to you. Thriller from Manila says, nobody on the panel wants Brighton to win the Prem. I don't have a problem with Brighton, but Brighton, after the way, the social media department moving, giving shots to Man United, you know what, Brighton? You can hold that.
I
Okay?
big ups to the admin at Brighton, man. You're a wind up merchant, man.
They're taking the
They
piss.
had a great hummus at
Love
home,
it.
so it's fine.
They're taking the piss. Get out of here. No. There's this Saad is Joe Bellingham's hype man.
Joe Bellingham, he's another one as well. Joe
Yeah?
Bellingham is another one.
Doesn't he play for?
He's coming up.
Was it?
But it's Birmingham. Birmingham City he plays for now.
Yeah.
It's like I'm following them, bro. It's like I'm their literally their agent, bro. I know exactly where they play and their ages, their stats. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'd love to have him in my club, man. Either one
For sure. But yeah, guys, where can the people find you? We'll start off with you, Sad. Thank you first and foremost for taking the time on to be here. I appreciate it.
No, appreciate you for letting me on the stream and let me hang out with you guys and obviously take my cooking the same way. But you can find me on the Football Corner right here, Football Corner 97. Please make sure to like and subscribe to videos and subscribe to the channel. And then my Twitter is right here, Twitter handle Saad_E at 215. And make sure to subscribe to Sofia Talks Football Talk and make sure to like the video as well, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in as well.
Yes. Big up. And Aaron, do you have, because I did find like your channel, but do you post anything now, or are there other social media where you want people to find you?
Facebook page. It's called the Football for Life Show. This video is going to go up there as well. I'm going to put the link up on that.
Okay, cool. Dope.
That's more or less what I do. I do some solo videos from time to time. I just haven't done one in quite some time, actually. But what I do is come on channels like this one. Amazing to be here. And I just like to engage with the football community.
Yep.
Kind of like a win-win. So it's your content will be seen on there. So yeah, it's not like a specific channel for myself, but it's where I'm engaged in. And it's a means of promotion to different channels such as yourself, Saad's one, for example, and all the other ones that I've been on. And yeah, if I'm feeling it, sometimes I'll come up with a little snippet. Yeah, that's just how I'm rolling. Yeah, the Football for Life Show on Facebook at the minute.
Okay. Awesome. Great.
And yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
it's been a pleasure.
No problem.
Hope to be back soon.
It's been my pleasure as well to have you both on. We had a very good show and I enjoyed it. So yes. I'll be back tomorrow to do a match preview for Man United's game against Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup. So we'll do a match preview for that. And other than that, there'll be some other shows throughout the week. So, make sure that you guys are subscribed and also that you have on the notification bell so you don't miss out when any type of content will be out. But yeah, have a great time wherever you are in the world. And we are out. Bye-bye.
Are you all right? Yes. No, you are all left.